Why people love lending money to small businesses. And you can see I said people. I didn't say why banks love lending money to small businesses. Because any funds or capital or loan that you get, that a business gets that is not from a bank, is usually what they call an alternative lender or a private lender. And in most cases, this is the best option for any small business that's trying to get funding for their business. And the main reason is because banks have too many rules and criteria to qualify for a loan, while an alternative lender is the opposite, right? Okay. For instance, a bank may say to qualify for a loan, you need a 650 credit score. Alternative lender might say you don't need a 450 or 500 credit score. A bank may say that you need to have been in business for 2 years, while an alternative lender might say you only have to be in business for 6 months. A bank may say we need collateral, put up your house, equity in your house, your car title, while alternative lender may say I don't need that. A bank may say we need to see 2 years taxes, file taxes, okay, to qualify for a loan or to get the loan. Alternative lender may say I don't need any of that. And the reason why is because most alternative lenders are usually focused on income. They are income-based lending source. Okay, those are like the most commonly used ones. It's because all they want you to do is verify your income over a certain amount of time in the past. Okay, and the reason that alternative lenders love to deal with businesses is because businesses have the possibility of gain. Okay, so I'm using an example for that. Let's just say I've got $50,000. I go to a hotel and I got $50,000 to make a personal loan to a hotel employee versus a business loan to the owner of the hotel. Okay, which one do you think is going to pay me back the fastest? Right? The owner, right? Because the owner can take that $50,000, invest it into the hotel, and probably triple or double his money. While if I give a personal loan to one of the hotel employees, he's going to be like, okay, I'm going to pay off my bills. I'm going to probably pay off my car note. And then about 6 months down the road, he's going to be almost back in the same position he was before I lent him the money. And so I'm going to have a problem getting my money back. Okay. Because the owner has the ability to take the money and quadruple it, okay, within a certain amount of time. But the hotel employee, the only gain that he has is either get a raise, which is not going to be that much significant, work more hours, do overtime, okay, which is still not going to be a significant, substantial amount of money to pay me back quicker. So the only gain the hotel employee has is when he gets off work, he can break into some hotel rooms and steal people's laptops and jewelry. So now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of why people or private lenders love lending businesses money. Let's take Jimmy, for instance. Jimmy is a truck driver, or he used to be a truck driver. But what happened was Jimmy went to Texas to pick up a load of 10,000 pounds of beef. And on his way back to Chicago to the meatpacking plant, Jimmy forgot to turn on the refrigerator in the trailer. And all the beef spoiled. So the company policy at the trucking company was Jimmy needs to take a drug test. And they found out that Jimmy has a sativa problem, which the company contributed to why Jimmy forgot to turn the refrigerator on in the trailer ever since he left Texas. So Jimmy got fired. So now Jimmy's unemployed, depressed, at home smoking his life away. And then he realizes one day that he ran out of rolling paper. So Jimmy proceeds to go across the street to the gas station and get some rolling papers. So he gets his papers, he gets some munchies, he plays the lottery, gets a couple beers, and then goes back home. A couple days later, Jimmy goes back to the gas station. And he checks his lottery ticket while he's there, And to his surprise, Jimmy won the Mega Millions, $20 million. Jimmy, as you can see, is elated. So obviously Jimmy took the one lump sum. So now Jimmy's rich now. He's a new man. He's got a new look. He's got a new house. He bought new cars. He's got all the women in town chasing after him. And Jimmy still has $6 million left. So Jimmy's like, hey, I ain't no dummy. I'm going to invest my $6 million into something. I'm not going to spend it all. So Jimmy goes to his buddy Ron, who's a finance major. He says, Ron, I got $6 million left. I want to invest it into something. You got any advice? So Ron's like, sure, Jimmy. There's a lot of things you can do. He says, first of all, you can invest your money into an interest-bearing account or a money market, and I could probably find something that's going to get you about 3% yearly interest. But of course, your money's going to have to be tied up, and you're going to have to leave it in the. It's going to be tied up for a while. And Jimmy's like, nah. He says, yeah, at $150,000 a year off interest, he said, I can live off that, but I don't like having my money tied up like that. I might need about $2 million. So I'll be paying all those fees and penalties. He says, Ron, you got something else for me? Ron's like, sure. Why don't you invest in real estate like a lot of millionaires do? You can do fix and flips, or you can just buy and hold rehab properties and rent them out as rentals, and you have a nice substantial income. Jimmy's like, yeah, that sounds good, but I don't want to, be dealing with contractors, riding back and forth to houses and dealing with the village and getting licenses and permits and stuff. He says, give me something else. So Ron says, well, you can buy some land. Do a land deal. Buy some land, hold it. A developer will come along, commercial developer or a residential developer, and you can sell the land to them and probably double, even triple your money, what you paid for the land. Jimmy's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, but I don't know. I might hold that land for, 3, 4, 10 years before somebody comes along and gets it. And I don't be holding land and paying taxes on it for all that time. He says, you got anything else, Ron? Ron says, well, Jimmy, you ever thought about, since you're experienced in the trucking industry, why don't you start a trucking business? Jimmy's like, Ron, I don't want to see another truck no more. I've been doing this for 3 years, Ron, and besides, the trucking industry sucks now. He says, give me something else, Ron. So Ron's like, okay, Jimmy, well, here's a good thing for you. Why don't you start a loan company? You can make 30 cents to 60 cents on the dollar. Along with a 2-year term of $5 million, you can be making, $2 or $3 million. Jimmy's like, oh man, nah, that should be $300,000 for 2 years. $3 million, that's almost 10 times as much. He's like, man, nah, we talking. He's like, thanks, Ron, I don't think I'm gonna do that. He says, don't forget, Jimmy, you're gonna have to pay about 20% of that for your loan brokers and loan agents, for your underwriting, for the documents, and for them qualifying your leads. Jimmy's like, man, look, Ron, I don't even care, bro. Who cares about paying $300,000 or $400,000? If I'm making $1 million a year, I don't care about that. Okay, so now I think we get the idea as to why people or private lenders love lending money to small businesses. Not only is it convenient and an advantage to the lender, because they are getting those interest payments on the money, but it's also an advantage to the business owner. And you might be saying, well, yeah, they got to pay back that high interest rate. Well, the whole concept of this is because, number one, the business owner cannot get help from a bank, right? And if they do, it takes them too long in most cases. Now, I'm not going to lie, banks are cool for a lot of businesses if they want to have long-term loans. But for instance, like I said, the business owner might have made a late car payment last year because he had to use the money to invest back in his business and pay employees. So the bank's going to count that as an X. But the whole object of why the business owner can get the money, besides the bank thing, is because they can actually take the money double it, triple it, quadruple it, right? That's the whole point, because business owners have ideas, but they just don't have the money to fund them. And sometimes they can't get the money fast enough, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. For instance, guy's got a coffee shop, right? Or a restaurant. Busy all day, every day, right? But unfortunately, he doesn't have enough seats, and people get tired of waiting in line, or they just won't go. And he knows that, right? So he says, well, if I had like 50 grand right now, I could actually build a patio outside, or knock one of these walls down and put like about 10 more tables, right? So that's going to increase his revenue. He might have he might want to take the $100,000 and open up 3-4 more shops or restaurants, right? So now he's almost quadrupling his income. So he doesn't care about paying $40,000 back on a $100,000 loan, right? So he doesn't care about paying $140,000 back, because he's using the money to make a profit. Okay, here's another prime example of why somebody would need some money to hurry up and expand. For instance, carrier service. Maybe you're delivering medical supplies. Maybe you're an Amazon contractor, right? Doing deliveries, right? Just you own the company, but then you realize, I'm getting real busy. I'm working 15, 12 hours a day. I'm getting more stops and deliveries than I can handle. I have to turn down people. But if I can get $100,000, I can get 3 more trucks, hire 3 more drivers, and then I'm like tripling my money, right? So that's the kind of person that will actually need 50 or 100 grand like right away. Okay, guys, now you can see me. My name is Robert Williams. I am the owner and founder of 607 Cash. 6 or 7 figure cash advances to any business. We do go up to 2 million, but it's very rare that someone's going to get funding for 2 million unless they like making $3 million a month. I've never seen that. All you need is a 550 credit score. You must prove that you're making around $4,000 a month at least. We don't ask for tax returns, but we do ask for your last 3 months bank statements. All right. So if you're within your last 3 months, if you're making like 20, 30 grand a month, but one of those months you went to Puerto Rico, right, and you took off, you only made like 5 grand, just wait and apply, because they are going to go with your lowest month, right? As far as your income, proving your income, they go by the lowest month of the lowest month of the last 3 months. You don't need any collateral. We don't ask you to put up your house. We don't need your car title. You only have to have been in business for 6 months, okay, instead of 2 years like the bank. And your funding application gets viewed by multiple lenders. So your funding application gets viewed by multiple Jimmies, right? People like Jimmy, right? No hard hits on your credit report until you accept the offer. Then they are going to do a credit hit just to make sure that everything is good before they actually deposit the money into your account. And all payments are short term, okay? You can't get up to 24 months. Depends on how big the funding is. And repayments are made weekly or daily. Okay, so which is good for the business owner. So guys, please, if you have any questions, it's my phone number. Shoot me an email. All right, if I don't answer the phone, just make sure that you shoot me a text saying, hey Rob, I seen your video online about the funding, and I would definitely give you a call back. You can text me or email me. So thanks guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up on the video, and until then, I will see you guys on the next one.